In this video series, I want to talk about how to make great decisions around the decision-making process when you are feeling blocked, when you're feeling like you're always second-guessing yourself, because this is something that I really struggled with for a number of years, and it forced me to get really curious about the decision-making process. And I got a lot of insights from that I want to share with you in this video series with one big key idea per video. And in this video, I want to talk about the real reason you can't make decisions, which is that it's not that you don't know what to do, but rather you don't trust yourself. So most people, they hide this from themselves. They struggle with this demon of self-doubt at the root, and then they cover up with it with this whole, I don't know what to do, I'm confused kind of game. And it ends up just being a coping mechanism for the cognitive dissonance or the pain that comes with just not trusting your own inner compass. And this is really heavy. It requires a lot of soul searching because it forces us to ask why. Why don't I trust myself? And then having to deal with that. And this is something I face myself. In my early 20s, I look back and I can see how a lot of my big decisions I made really effortlessly. I went and chose the field of my university. After that, I decided to go over to Japan and live there for 2 years. I came back and started a business, an online company, and that's when things started to go south. I went and the business went and failed. I lost about $10,000 in about 6 months. And then shortly after that, my relationship failed, and it made me sort of second guess, all the decisions I made around that. And that was the point that I noticed I had a lot of confusion, and I was not really sure what to do next. But as I look back now, it wasn't that I was really confused per se. It was more that I had lost my ability to trust myself to pull the trigger on these really big decisions. And I had to regain that trust in my own inner compass and pulling the trigger on it to regain clarity. So this is step one. If you feel lost or confused, maybe you know exactly what to do, but you just don't trust yourself to pull the trigger. And this aligns with what Jay-Z said in some quote. He said, you can't heal what you won't reveal. So how do we do that? What is the antidote to self-doubt? Well, if you look and you realize that you are fearful about making decisions, you're scared of change, you will realize it all comes down to the fact that you've been burned in the past. You made a decision and things went south. So at least in my case, what I discovered is the secret is to, okay, let's say I am full of self-doubt, I'm not trustable with big decisions. What is the proof of that? And then you go back to those situations where you made bad decisions, things went south, and you start to really question the narrative that you currently have and question whether or not you really did make a bad decision. Because if you look at it, back then you had limited amount of awareness, knowledge, experience, wisdom, and with what you had, you did the best you could. And so there's a bit of peace around that because hindsight's 20/20. You didn't know then what you know now. And also, you might not have gotten what you wanted at that time, but at least for myself, when I look back at the big picture, things turned out the way that was the best. I learned what I need to learn, I experienced what I need to experience, or things turned the way to the direction they needed to go to. So that whole process, you can really get peace around these areas that you are beating yourself up and you're feeling a bit of self-doubt on how you handled yourself and what you decide to do. And do that for all of the situations when you feel like that, and really get behind, as the next step, get behind that actually you made the right decision. Empower the decision that you made and get real world evidence and proof that it is so. Like, start to list all the things that went right from making that decision. It actually was the best thing that you could have done. This empowerment is actually the antidote to decision paralysis, and is the real force that allows you to get more clarity with your decisions. The next step is go now to the present moment and really question your lack of trustability to make decisions. I mean, go back and look at the times that you did make a big life decision and it turned out great and it actually went in the right direction. And also today you have more wisdom and more experience and more knowledge than you ever had before in your life. So you're actually sitting here in the best position to be making decisions. You are the best qualified to be making big life decisions. So essentially, it's just getting that empowerment and getting rid of that self-doubt that really leads to the clarity. So that's it. That's my 2 cents. That's the big key idea in this video. If you got any value out of it, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button, and look forward to some more videos in the next couple of weeks. And And until then, next time. Bye.